Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Welcome to special Vlogmas number 2. Vlogmas preparing for really hard times, preparing us mentally, physically and spiritually, preparing us to accept what is coming, because it is coming, but we have to maintain a positive attitude about it all, in spite. Sorry for the interlude. We are in the countryside, but only for 2 days. You know, we decided to go back to Warsaw for a longer time, and we are. This is just an exception. Like I said, we would come maybe twice a month. So this is one of those times now in the end of November. But we are leaving tomorrow, and most of those Vlogmas videos are going to be from Warsaw or area around Warsaw. As you can see, the sofa is ready for here. It's light gray, and when we add the sofa from our apartment in Warsaw, which is darker gray, it's going to stand there. It's going to be very nice. And Safrush is here, and Bola is needed to do like the yearly checkup of the car, and we do it here. It's cheaper and easier to do than in Warsaw, so that's the main reason to come here. We put the sofa together, I cleaned the whole house, and Bola is doing the car. We've taken Safrush for walks. We are going to eat duck for dinner today and tomorrow, festive duck, so I'm preparing the marinade. So I have onion, garlic, I'm going to use orange zest and orange, tea bag, salt and pepper, and that's all, and oil. We don't even have any other spices here, but I think it's going to be yummy. I'm glad we are going back to Warsaw. I need the stability, peace, the routines, and our little boy needs it too. He was confused when we came here. Like right now, he doesn't want to go outside, he just wants to be inside with us. So even when he's doing our business, we have to go out with him, like watch him. Otherwise he will stay at home and do his business inside. So there are a lot of issues. He's getting better and better at learning commands, but still, I mean, there are, because of the lack of stability and going back and forth, he's confused. On the other hand, he's also been sometimes squeezing himself through the fence, running around the road outside. He always comes back, of course, but it's stressful. There are cars. He always finds a hole in the fence. So he's been a very good and sweet boy, but there are some issues. He's also upset when one of us is leaving, so he was upset that Bola left. Right? And it's very cold here. It was 11 degrees Celsius inside when we arrived. Now it's around 16 inside, but you can imagine it's quite cold. It's a warmer upstairs. One of my viewers did say, get a cat, much less work than with a dog. And he was right. But then when he gives us cuddles, oh, it's just the sweetest dog, and it's such a wonderful feeling. I will put some pieces of orange inside our duck, and the marinade around and inside. Was very happy. We got this on sale. It's almost like ecological without antibiotics. We got this. It's 1.6 kilo for 16 zł, which was very cheap. I will put the price in dollars on the screen. 16 zł, 1.6 kilo of duck. Very happy about that. How are you all doing? Preparing for Christmas time? in this December. Still a long time until Christmas, but happy Vlogmas number 2, says Safrush. Stinky little boy. These potatoes are from our garden, so that's what we are going to eat with the duck. We planted a little Christmas tree here, and I actually checked the weather forecast, and it's a whooping 9 degrees Celsius. Ooh, I'm cold. And I want to show you something outside the gate. They are preparing to do a real road with asphalt and everything. They cut some trees, and this is both positive and negative. It's going to have consequences for us. The traffic could be more frequent, and it's not as wild and as it was when we had a real countryside road. On the other hand, all the dust from the road was covering all our windows. I've cleaned all the windows upstairs twice, in spring and in late summer, and they're all dirty, and downstairs they look awful. We've only cleaned them once, so that's a positive thing, that we're going to have a real asphalt road, and they are preparing it. You see all the marks. It will not be as wild any longer, but maybe it's for the good. And we are going to pick these beets and make beetroot kwas. A very Polish festive Christmassy thing to eat beets. I want to talk about this vlog's topic, and it's the sign of the times. Some of you may know that I believe that we are living in the end times. If you're new here, maybe you don't know, then you can check out some videos where I've mentioned it. But I would say that many of you have seen the titles and can imagine that I believe that. And I want to just tell you briefly why I believe that. And I'm sorry if I'm very pale, but it's cold. Do excuse my pale face. And what are the signs of the times that I see? I believe that it all started in March of 2020, when COVID started and we had all the lockdowns, and that was phase number 1. We've entered phase number 2, and that was in February 2022 of this year, when the war or whatever is happening over in Ukraine and between Ukraine and the rest of the world, not only Russia, started. We will probably soon enter phase number 3, phase number 4, but the end times did start as of April 2020 with the biggest deception humankind saw, with the craziness, with the lockdowns, with the jabbing of healthy people, and people now getting the side effects of that and paying the price. Not all, and I'm very happy for those people. For those who are not affected by any side effects because of the jab, but so many people are suffering. Right, Safrush? Back to back with me. He's a comfort, real comfort in when the day is tough, when the world is crazy. So that was the beginning, and then we had phase number 2. And what do I mean by that? I did speak about it a little in my video called "Living in the Shadow of a War," I believe, and I think that all this, the conflict, the war over in Ukraine, and the crazy things going on are all set up on purpose to make people stressed and to lead us into an economic crisis, which we already see. We've been personally affected by that. Poland is affected by that the whole world is affected by the economical crisis. And that's one of the reasons. And phase number 3 is going to be other countries are going to get involved in the war. And it's going to happen eventually. I believe so completely. Everything is done on purpose to lead people, the world, into chaos, into poverty, into economical crisis, into hunger, into, in the end, into slavery. And this can be a very depressing thought, especially in a Vlogmas, but I want you, if you're not yet, to be prepared for what is coming, both mentally, spiritually, and physically. So, physically, you should make provisions for yourself and for your family. You should have some food, you should have a stove, a camping stove, you should have matches, you should have extra fuel, you should have extra water, you should try to be independent from the government. And mentally, to know, just be aware, anticipate or expect that things are going to get bad. But since I've talked about it with my family and I talk about it here and my husband and I think about it a lot, I feel at peace with it. I'm okay with it. And spiritually, you should make things right with God and other people. You should ask forgiveness and forgive. And we are all sinners. We all need to constantly ask God for forgiveness. So, and put God first. That's the most important thing to do spiritually. I believe our little dog has been sent to us to give us joy for these difficult times. Sometimes it's tough with him, but the joy is so much bigger. He loves apples, so I give him a little sometimes when I eat. Some Christmassy gingerbread for dessert after dinner. Thank you very much for watching this little vlog, Vlogmas number 2. I hope it meant something to any one of you. I hope it gave something to any one of you. And do subscribe if you're watching and you haven't yet. And I will see you all very soon.